live right now.
We are alive.
Not when they watch it.
We are alive, and hopefully we're still alive when you watch this.
That's right.
Okay. Do we do a countdown? Do you want a countdown?
3,
2,
1.
Beyond Movement.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond Movement.
36 questions, part
questions.
3. You ready?
Tres.
You ready?
Are you ready?
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, your future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
I don't think I would want to know anything in the future.
Why?
I don't know. That'll just take out, I don't know, all the surprise. I think as soon as you know, your decisions will be different. Oh yeah, no matter what, you're gonna be making a lot of money. By the way, pause for a sec. One of my clients.
We can't pause the podcast.
Shout out to Emily. Emily listens to the podcast in the car with the kids. So
No more swearing.
no more swearing.
Hi.
Hello, kids.
Hello, children.
Yeah.
Little ones.
But yeah, I don't think I would want to know anything.
Okay.
I feel like it will take the, I don't know if it's fun, but it will take the, I don't know.
Let me expand your topic here. So, because I did these questions with Diane, if you subscribe to the one universe theory,
I don't know what that is.
One universe theory means like one fate. Meaning like everything is fated.
Mm-hmm. It'll happen no matter what.
It's going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, I don't want to know it.
Yeah. So if that's what it is, though, or there's the multiverse, being there's multiple universes, multiple directions, and everything is a scramble pack. There's different people that believe in different things. Like
Absolutely.
Some people think that there's a multi-universe where there's 1,000 different Eljs.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one.
No.
There's one that's out of shape. There's one that has like long hair. There's one that likes dudes. There's
just
one
me.
that like so. That was the weird one for me because I don't know. I'm not smart enough, but like when Diane and I went over this one, it was like I told her, she's like, yeah, I would want to know, and that way she thought I do want to know. That way I can change and manipulate my decisions to make sure I'm on that right path. And I'm like, no, there's only one universe, one fate. You're on that path regardless. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
no matter what, it's going to happen.
This is in bad movies, bro. It's in bad movies where people, they do, they know their future and then they try to do something to change the direction, but it ends up steering into the skid and causing it to happen anyways. So I don't want to know. I like the surprise of life. If you knew everything that was going to happen, why live it?
Well, no,
like,
not even that, but the, like the fulfillment of like looking back and I made those decisions. That's why I'm here today. I think it'll. You okay there?
Yeah, I'm listening, dog. I got you.
Yeah, I would want to look back and say I made those decisions. That's why I'm here today, and like not have to. Well, I knew it was gonna happen anyway, no matter what I do.
Speaking of shout-outs, Cheyenne. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Beyond Movement.
I don't have mine. You have it.
Beyond Movement hoodies.
Yes.
Coming to a Target near you.
Yeah, you gotta go to US for that.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. That's a simple one. Is there something you've dreamed of doing for a long time, and why haven't you done it?
Okay, repeat the question. Is this a now question, or was this like...
It's right now. Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Question mark. Why haven't you done it? Question mark.
I actually wanted to be a competitive CrossFit athlete, to be honest. Or a weightlifter. Competitive.
Why haven't you done it?
Because there's things that I got to do first before I can do that.
Priorities.
Yeah. It's a want. It's not a need.
Okay.
It's I played sports growing up, so like playing and competing has always been just a part of me. And finding CrossFit, if we go back to like my history of health and fitness, like I found CrossFit and it was just like that same exact feeling of I get to play. I'm not just here to get a pump. I'm here to play for score. I'm here for points. I'm here to stare this guy down and tell him he's going to lose no matter what he does. I enjoy that.
Okay.
So
See, these questions are always interesting because you break it down by wants and needs. So that's a want.
Yeah.
Is there anything you've dreamed of that's a need that you haven't done? Because some people could say that being a competitive CrossFit athlete is a need. Like, I need this. It's true.
Sure.
Different strokes.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm doing everything I can for the needs that I have right now. I think I'm doing everything.
For the needs.
Yep.
For me, dreamed of doing for a long time. I don't think I really had one, like a big one. I enjoy doing YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do more YouTube stuff. I would like to geek out more on our podcast editing. I would like to spend more time on it, spend more time on YouTube, spend more time on mastering social media and all that kind of stuff. But
another one would be to learn. I've always thought about it too, but when I show you hype videos, it's almost like I want to go in and learn a little bit more on how to take those shots, how to break it down. It's like almost like the how-to, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't looked into it.
We'll do that soon. Yeah, for me, it's just. It's not like it's a pretty soft dream, but just to spend more time on that stuff. And right now, time just doesn't permit. Life's a little too busy, doing a little too much stuff. So it's more of just a time crunch. Like I would also, for a dream of, I would like to study martial arts, some form of martial art. Is it a need? No. Is it a want? Yeah. Priorities, time. Like, do I spend my time weightlifting or do I spend my time doing martial arts? I chose weightlifting.
That's funny. I was just thinking about that this morning.
So I play with the time that I have with the tasks that I want to accomplish. Again, that's what makes life interesting. You only have one life, so every choice that you make, it means something. It matters. What you choose to do today with your time matters.
Everything, every choice.
Yeah. Hashtag fitness.
What you drink, who you talk to, what you read, everything has an effect, whether you see it right away or not.
Question 15.
36. Oh, I'm getting there.
Part 3, baby.
All right.
What's the greatest accomplishment of your life? I'll go first.
Sure.
This house.
Cool.
This house that we're in right now, my office. For me, being a teenager, like from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, even 18, 19, 20, 21, I'm like, how the hell do people buy houses? They're so expensive.
They are.
How do they save up money to buy a house? Yep. Holy shit, how am I going to do this? How am I going to be a proper adult? Like, how can I do it? I don't think I can. And there's just so much doubt, so much like
and then
shock.
You just learn the steps and then boom.
I just buckled down. It was habits, daily habits. It was monitoring finances, saving every penny, not blowing it, just putting it away, like creating the proper environment, the proper saving protocols. And then all of a sudden I had like 40,000 put away and I was like, holy shit, I did it. Oh my God. And now I've been here for about 4 years and I'm like every day, even when I come in here, it's the best thing for me, man. It's just, I'm so happy to have like my own little sanctuary, my own little house. It makes me very happy.
For me, I was kind of thinking about this question kind of like on a different sense. Not on something tangible, but like even there's no accomplishment yet. Like I'm not the best trainer out there. I'm not the best manager out there. I'm not like, but my head is in I guess the accomplishment for me is I know my head's in the right space to learn everything that I want to learn or to learn everything that I need to learn to lead a better and positive lifestyle for myself and for my family, for my kids and my wife. So I feel, even though I'm not there, I already know I'm already heading that direction. So I feel it's almost like
being the best, though, is like almost like perfection. I don't think that's a tangible thing. For like me looking at you on the outside in, I would say like you have like an amazing family. And you have,
to me, that's
very well behaved kids who are very respectful, very loving, very kind, very playful. That's an accomplishment. Yeah. You have a rock star quality family.
Yeah. My wife and I, we don't fight on like just on little things.
Only Tuesdays.
That's it.
No, it's like
But like we've cultivated that relationship, which we basically both worked hard for. We always talk about it, how we deal with the kids, how we deal with ourselves, how we deal with our problems, whether that's personal, financial, health.
That's an
whatever.
accomplishment, though.
It is big.
And good relationships, I tell this to people, good relationships, they are easy, but it does take compromise, and it does take, like ebbs and flows. And
It takes time.
It takes pushing and pulling, and it takes that time. It takes... So yeah, like that's
effort.
That's a huge accomplishment. Good
But
job.
yeah, me and my wife being on the same like mindset of like we just got to be better. Like even last night we were talking about it, like health and fitness, about the kind of like the topic that I want to talk about today. It's like we just want to make sure we're ready, or at least our mind's ready right now to set ourselves up to be ready for later. Like it's like we're doing the steps that we can now with the time that we have. So
yeah, I think that's the accomplishment overall. Not achieving perfection, but striving for it. Question 16. What do you value most in a friendship? So I was talking to some people about friendship, and a lot of people I talk to, they're like, they want everyone to like them. Like they want to be people pleasers. They want everybody to be their best friend. They don't want any enemies. They don't want anybody to not like them. And it's just not realistic. Something I've like slowly been learning, slowly but surely. So for me, like, this is not what I value most in a friendship, but just like genuinely identifying who you vibe with and who you don't, who has the same values as you, who has the same sense of humor as you, who bounces back and forth off you, and ultimately who's going to be there for you during the tough times, not during the good times.
Yep.
Quick answer.
It's about the same. I think it's a simple question. It's almost like you can make it more complex, but like, what do you value? I think it's just like I want to be with someone, or I want to be friends with someone who I can grow with, basically. Like
someone who builds you up, not tears you down. Not like, oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of this of you, so I'm going to talk a little bit of shit behind your back. Or I'm going to like
bounce off ideas, grow, explore. Like when even when you were young, you become friends with a kid on like your neighbor because you guys kind of want to explore. Like, should we go like behind these houses? Like you guys explore things together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what I look for in friendships. And
I think there's a lot of friendships out there that are like people get jealous and envious of their friends. I don't think that's healthy.
Like in what way?
You make more money than me, or you have a hotter girlfriend than I do, or you have this and I'm jealous of that, or like I'm jealous like I would say to a degree, it's pretty obvious when we have these conversations together that you've had more free-flowing natural confidence than I've had in the past years, and it's something that I've had to build and develop. And if I was jealous because you're just naturally more comfortable in your own skin, if I was jealous of that of you, like just made little snide remarks or little sassy remarks or just little shit talking to you, like just try to be mean just a little bit, you know what I mean? Like I think there's lots of friendships out there that aren't healthy. They're not growing together, like you said. They're like, it's like they're trying to grow to each other, like with each other, but they kind of bounce off of each other a little bit too, out of like these little envious like tweaks of jealousy of like, you're more confident, you make more money, or you have the girlfriend, or you do this, or you have that, or you experience this. Like,
yeah, I don't think
I'm just saying people in general, relationships. Yeah. Like there's a lot of people.
I wouldn't understand it from everyone's perspective, right? But for me, friendship, like any other relationship, is not something. I'm not saying you don't work on your relationship with someone, whether they're just a friend or a coworker. Like it's a relationship. All relationships need work. But for me, I never force myself into a relationship that almost feels toxic already. You know, like it's like shout out to Tina. Hi Tina, if you're watching. But it's almost like when you interview someone. As a manager, you interview someone for a position at work, and it's almost like you don't have that vibe. Like it's almost like this guy's like just a little off. Like,
yeah,
you know, you have that feeling. Like same with friendship. Like some people will be like, "Would you say you 100% love this and love everything about this person?" You don't have to.
That's a genuine jiving and vibing I'm talking about.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, to me, if it's working, it's working. But I just look for people to grow with. It's not something.
So let's go into question 18, right? We're at 12 to 18. We do this in 6 parts.
Yeah.
Okay, only 2 more, man. There's a quick one.
We're going to look for more of these if you guys enjoy it.
These are, some of these questions, these like past 6 have been really simplistic, it seems. Not very deep. They're supposed to get real deep at the end, bro. We're going to tears, hugs, sobbing.
Wow. Maybe better coffee. Okay. Question 17.
You're a jerk.
Kids, don't listen to him.
What is your most treasured memory? That's a big one. As you sit there silently, my brain literally just rolls out memories like from childhood to school.
That's
to like,
what's happening.
It starts cycles through all of these memories, and I'm like, there's a lot of good ones. How do you pick the best?
I think one that kind of stands out. Hang on, let me read that again.
What is your most treasured memory?
We had a retreat. I was in high school then. I was graduating high school. We had a retreat. Came from a Catholic school. So we were out in a convent somewhere. Actually, it was very near where that volcano erupted in the Philippines. Anyways. But I didn't know that parents wrote letters to the kids and gave it to the teachers for the teachers to give it to you at like some point of the retreat, right? And then I just got a letter from my mom, and what it said, basically, like I was already confident then, right? But in that letter, I just remember basically she was telling me that, you know, like, I'm so proud of you, everything you've accomplished. You're one of the most loving person that I know, happy-go-lucky, and you make sure that you don't step on anyone while you're trying to enjoy yourself and doing anything, basically. And then just be you. Keep trying things out. If things don't work out, like, you have your family to back you up or like catch you when you fall. Something to that extent. And I've always had that in mind, that whatever I want to try or whatever I want to explore, if it doesn't work out, I always have home. Like, I think that's where my confidence comes from too. Like, I don't care if I fail. I don't care about what you think. I don't care about anything. Because worst comes to worst, I just go back home, retreat a little bit, you know, get myself together, go back out there, battle again. Mm-hmm. So that just kind of stuck out as soon as you read that question to me. It's something that I don't know where the letter is.
What is?
Oh yeah, it's ingrained in me.
I wish this question would be more like parts. I was talking about one of the podcasts being like life feels like it's phases, like 6-year phases or 5-year phases to make it short. So I'm 30 years old. Mm-hmm. I could tell you, like, if we actually sat back and thought about it, I could give you an idea of my most treasured memory of every 5 years.
Yeah. I think me too. Yeah.
That would make more sense to me.
Yeah.
Having like the number one most treasured, it just doesn't even seem realistic.
Why don't we do that at another episode?
We could.
We can.
I'll tell you.
It's our podcast, bro. We can do whatever we want.
So this obviously isn't the most treasured, but it's definitely high up there. And I'll just talk about my mom too, being like, she did, like, my dad worked out of town a lot. And when dad worked out of town, mom would always do like sleepovers in the living room where we'd like throw sleeping bags down, build a fort. She would sleep on the couch. We'd watch a movie. Well, something that really sticks out in my mind, though, is like a memory that I really enjoy is when we watch the TV or when we watch the movie, we'd both be sitting vertically watching TV, and mom would sit in the middle of us, and she'd just sit there and slowly, like, just kind of like tickle our backs, like just softly rub her hands down our back. We just sit there just like, and then as kids, you could sit there, and as soon as the back gets too ticklish, you could be like, okay, scratches now. And then she would scratch away the itch. And then you're like, okay, that's good. And then she would go back to tickling. And just like my number one love language is physical touch. And just like mom just kind of doing that, like freely. That was very high on my chart of like love, just like constant touching, constant like, and be like, oh, now scratch it because it's too itchy. Now tickle it again because it's too scratchy.
You felt love, you felt cared for, and it was simple.
Yeah, that's a high one. So that's just one.
Cool.
Last question, big dog.
Already?
What is your most terrible memory? Ooh, what a quick 180 that was. Let's get negative now.
Wow.
I got mine if you want me to say it. I don't
Yep.
want too much dead air. For me, I think I mentioned this either in another episode or we definitely talked about it because we obviously talk a lot. For me, it was I felt most changed or most hardened sometime in high school when I got like jumped and picked on and bullied for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
It made very appropriate sense to me if I caused some problems and some guys wanted to fight. That made sense. Didn't hurt me emotionally because I'm like, there's turmoil and there's problems. This makes sense to me. Like the negative or like the harsh reality of like physical getting in fights and stuff like that, no problem. But when guys just wanted to jump me just because they thought I was weak or they thought I was a nerd or they didn't like me or they wanted to steal my iPod, iPod. When people just wanted to hurt me for no reason and I didn't understand it, that's when it hurt me the most. When I'm like, wow, the world is a little cruel. And that's when like I got a little bit more hardened and it was just that like no reason cruelty, and that's what messed me up. And it hurts me now when I hear stories about like kids getting bullied and stuff like that for no freaking reason. It really hits home. That's my worst memory. Even though those kids got what was coming to them afterwards, that's a whole other story, a whole other topic. It's not even about that. It's just about that changed me, that hardened me to the world. Just getting picked on for no reason.
That is a terrible memory.
Yep. That's the worst one.
I have two. One is when I learned that my grandpa passed. So I'll go back to that story. Because like ever since I moved to Canada, he was asking every year basically when we go on FaceTime, whatever. Like, when are you coming? Are you coming home for Christmas? Christmas is something big, right?
Yeah.
So just learning that he passed and that feeling that I'm like, I didn't give him what he wanted. It was one thing. It's for me to fly home and spend Christmas with him.
Mm-hmm.
That was a horrible feeling. And I know that it doesn't matter what I do now. Doesn't matter how good I am to everyone else in the world. That's something I will never.
Would you say that's a regret?
Pretty much.
I don't like having a lot of regrets in life, but some
I have
are,
two.
Some are
I
valid.
have two, and
Some are
that
valid.
I have two, and that's about it.
Yeah.
One was with Jordan. Actually, she had a loose tooth a few years ago. AJ knows this, and if I could go back in time, it was. I can't really remember what she was doing, but she was screaming, she was crying, and I think I'm trying to tell her to do something and she won't do it, and I'm getting mad, right? And then I think she screamed at me, and there's a rule in our house, like, you don't scream, you don't do nothing, right? So I tapped her in the mouth, okay? Tapped her in the mouth, knocked the tooth. Bro, the fear in her face when she did this... My God, I'm like shaking right now. My God. All right, that's it. Sorry, Jordan, I love you.
All right. Man, these questions are going to get worse. You're going to make me upset. These questions get worse as they go. They get
Woo! Oh, man.
They get heavier headed. Don't cry. Love you, bro.
I love you too.
All right. We will catch you guys next episode.
Peace.
Ooh.
Oh, man. All right, I need a break from that one.
Don't do that to me,
My
bro.
God.